Hey guys, I thought now that I finally got a haircut and I no longer look like some bushwhack creature in a neck brace. Yeah, the neck brace is off. I thought I'd make another video. It's been a while. I apologize. I actually have been bedbound, a little bit depressed, and nursing a stage 2 pressure ulcer. I basically developed a pressure ulcer at the hospital, but then it actually progressively got worse until it reached the stage 2, which basically means open skin. I had blisters that cracked open. It was all purple and white and nasty looking and just angry. And my therapist said that if it becomes stage 3, I risk creating some significant scarring, which will basically put me at risk for pressure ulcers for the rest of my life, which was depressing as hell, and uh, justification for staying in bed all day, every day. Um, I did get up for dinner, but pretty much I was in bed all day, and it just made me feel bad. I don't know. I'm not the kind of person that could just lay in bed all day. Plus, I couldn't be on my back. I have to be on my side the whole time, which is an uncomfortable position to even use the laptop in any other form than watching videos. So it was uh, it was one of these kind of weeks that, or week and a half that went by in a depressed mode, unhappy state of mind. Uh, I went to the doctor yesterday, got my neck brace off, I got a haircut, finally started getting up a little bit out of bed, and I'm feeling much better today. We went to the farmer's market, got some delicious fruit, had a nice lunch. So I'm back to my happy state of mind. I've been climbing out of the hole in the last few days. It's not just a transition I hit yesterday. I started working out more, getting that endorphin rush. I started doing a lot more shoulder exercises, which I think are helping. I have these TheraBands, as you can see right here. I use these a bunch. I have some weights. I ended up creating an exercise. They're not really me. I can't take credit for it. My physical therapist, who comes to the house from Rehab Without Walls. I'll talk about that in a separate clip. It's a great program where physical therapy, occupational therapy, I'll come to your house. My physical therapist, her name is Shelly. She helped me create an exercise program in bed. I expanded on that, and my shoulders are pretty sore today, but it feels good. I feel great being able to exercise and feel like I'm making progress again. I felt like I was regressing. My transfers got worse. My energy got worse. My shoulders started hurting more. It's funny how once you're in bed and you stay in bed all day, you kind of vegetate. I mean, you become a vegetable. At least that's what it felt like to me. So I didn't feel like making vegetable videos. Um, Hence, I did not. Now that my state of mind is a bit happier and I'm focused on as much of a recovery as I can, I feel much better. My pressure ulcer is down to like a pink spot with a little bit of a white thing in the middle, which all looks normal. I've been extremely cautious with it. I still sleep on my sides. I actually developed another pressure ulcer on one of my sides, but that went away. That was a blanchable one. It wasn't even a stage 1, but it was the beginnings of one. So I think because I'm very heavy, and for whatever reason, all my fat tends to be in my butt and my legs and my arms. The bony prominences on my body have very little fat protecting them, and hence very little cushion. And I am very prone to pressure ulcers. So I got an egg crate mattress topper for my bed. That seems to be helping a lot. It's a little bit harder to maneuver in bed, but it seems to help. And I'm just very careful about body positioning and making sure I stay off of my sacrum. So my current dangerous pressure ulcer is the one that's on my tailbone. I developed it most likely in the hospital bed where I had my bed elevated at 30 degrees, 30, 40 degrees while I was typing and, moving around, shuffling around, getting stuff. And in that process, you have a lot of weight on your tailbone. As I slide around, I would basically shear against it, and I developed the beginnings of an ulcer. And then I actually don't know what I was doing when I got home. But whatever it was making it worse. So I stopped, and literally maybe 2 days after I stayed in bed, it started looking much better, and progressively got better. Eventually, you started having this sort on the outside there was outside layer of pink skin, which is the new healing skin, and everything started doing good. So everything looks like it should be okay. I got some nice vitamin E scar cream to prevent any scarring, and hopefully it doesn't limit me in the future. So looking forward to that. In the meantime, as I mentioned, I started working out a lot more. I am developing all kinds of strategies for optimizing my day. My morning routine is still taking a little bit longer than I want. It takes about a couple hours from waking up to being fully ready to go out. Most of that is, I got to get up, I got to catheterize, I got to eat breakfast, got to do a bowel program, got to shower, etc. Now, all I need to do is make each of those steps a little bit more efficient. I'm hoping to get down to an hour, which would be great. If I get up at 7, I'll be ready to go at 8. I'm also trying to establish this good workout routine. I've noticed with working out, it's all about establishing a routine. And this is another reason why I also didn't make videos. I really wanted to just focus on my health, focus on establishing routines. So I have that set up. I also, now that I'm home, have parental responsibilities. So I'm establishing a nice little math homework education program with the kids. So we do extracurricular math and a couple other things on an almost daily basis. I'm giving them a break today because it's Saturday, which I was debating. If the Chinese and Koreans are going 6 days a week, why can't we go 7? My boys are 50% Polish, and I don't know, Filipino is close enough to China, right? Or Korea. So why not 7? But I'll give them a day of rest on Saturday. But it's going really well. The kids actually. The funny thing is one of the problems that my 10-year-old daughter and 11-year-old son were doing on Thursday was an interview problem I had straight out of grad school, which was actually a relatively challenging interview problem, not just a warm up. So I'm pretty impressed with the math that they're doing. I'm very happy that they're enrolled in this. It's called the Art of Problem Solving. It's actually an online course, so there's a lot of the learning is from homework, but I get to do that with them, and I could actually do that even in bed. They just come to me with questions, and we have great discussions. So we're doing a lot of that, and now that I'm able to get in the wheelchair a bit more, I'm getting out. I went to the farmer's market today, as I said, and I'm hoping to get back into progression instead of regression. It's definitely, maybe this is just how life is. You always, if you look at even the stock market or anything like that, like the general trend is what, 7% a year if you looked at the 50-year average, but there's always going to be ups and downs and big crashes, as I had with my bike. But you gotta keep in mind that life is long, and overall it tends to get better. So it's important to focus on that, and also focus on the moment, I guess. I think being in bed and thinking about my bed sore and thinking about it getting worse and limiting me more was just getting me down. So instead of thinking and extrapolating where the last week of data points were, I should have been looking either at the big picture or at the daily picture and focusing on the things I can do, however small they are, to get better. I wish I would have upped my workout regimen earlier. I think that would have helped, especially with the endorphins and things like that. I'm doing exercises on my stomach now too, so I'm working some bigger muscles and actually breaking a sweat and getting the heart pumping above resting heart rate, which is great. So yeah, I got a good workout regime. I'm starting to get out of the house. I feel like the kids are on a good trajectory to basically establishing the program I wanted to do with them before the accident. So yeah, I think things are good. I have a bunch of videos I need to upload. I have some plans to make instructional videos on how to make ramps, or how I feel ramps should be made. I have some instructional videos on how to easily widen your bathroom or gain access to bathrooms with very narrow doors. I will have instructional videos on uh, UTI and bladder health. Um, I don't know, optimization tricks to make that work a little bit better. Although that's still kind of something I'm working on myself. I will have. I actually have a couple videos I need to upload right now. I have one on this Game Ready system, which is this really cool icing slash compression system that you can purchase body part specific attachments for. I have one for my right shoulder, so it ices it down really nicely. It keeps it compressed and it helps me recover from my workouts. I have an introductory video actually taped with an afro still, so I'll upload that finally and maybe have an update on that. I have to make a video about rehab without walls. I want to make a video about um, the wheelchair purchasing process. I have more updates on that. So stay tuned. Hopefully there will be more videos coming. Again, sorry for the extended radio silence, but hopefully I'm back and hopefully the number of videos I upload will again increase. By the way, I did upload a video recently. If you haven't seen it, I will have a link to it in the description. I had an interview with Kenny Haugen about 2 weeks ago now. It's actually been almost exactly 2 weeks. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks ago. And he's also an ex-patient from the same spinal rehab center that I was at, and just happened to come across some pretty hard times in the last uh, let's see, it'd be 8 years now. He fell 17 feet and fractured his foot. Was in a wheelchair for 2.5 years. Developed cancer, Hodgkin's lymphoma, which he beat. And a couple years after that, developed this thing called AVM. He'll talk about that, how it actually ended up it led to paralysis and 2 separate visits at the spinal rehab center. It was a temporary paralysis. He's doing better, much better now. He could walk with a cane, but nonetheless, he is disabled. He's no longer able to do the job he used to. He used to be an iron worker. When he fell 17 feet, he was actually working on the San Jose Library, and we had a really cool interview. I hope you could watch it. He has a FundMe site. I will put a link. That link is in the interview. I will put a link to both the FundMe video, which is a shorter one, and full-length interview, which is the longer one. So if you have a chance, please watch it. He has an interesting story. You can actually contribute to help. I'm hoping we can help buy him a laptop so that he could maybe take some online courses and start a new career. Figure out what might be a new passion he could do from either a computer or something that he can do physically. He definitely has some limitations which seem permanent. Ironworking is not going to be one of them. Maybe he could teach it. I don't know. But if we could help him, that would be wonderful. So yeah, let's get that going, and I'll talk to you later.